no politics, no prison, no one getting arrested, no drugs, no domestic violence, no grieving. Is that like too much to ask for? Welcome back to my channel. First things first, I want to thank all the new subscribers. I'm like low-key overwhelmed, and I want to thank all the people that have gone over to my Patreon. Thank you guys so much. So in today's video, I'm talking about the lack of black rom-coms. Like, where are they? I was recently filming a video for my Patreon, and I was ranking my favorite rom-coms because it's my favorite genre, and I noticed I kept putting all the black rom-coms at the bottom, and I was like, what does this mean? So I started to think about it. I think for me, the reason why I couldn't really rank them any higher is because they kind of didn't really feel like rom-coms. They felt like something between a drama and a thriller, to be honest. So I was like, wait, is it me? Do I not know what a rom-com is? So I googled it and I was right. So a rom-com is supposed to be light-hearted, it's supposed to be fun. You know, we're not trying to really challenge the status quo, it's just fun. And a lot of the films, because I started looking it up, so I started doing a little bit of research. So what are the films? What are the black films that people think are like the best rom-coms? I was kind of surprised by the movies that were ranked the best black rom-coms. So we had movies like Poetic Justice, movies like You People, movies like Queen and Slim, movies like Malcolm and Marie, movies like If Beale Street Could Talk. And I was like, there's a little bit of a disconnect, because it seems like what qualifies as a black rom-com is completely different to what qualifies as a non-black rom-com or white rom-com. Because I'm a Sleepless in Seattle girl, I'm a 13 going on 30 girl, I'm a, what else? Like, I'm a Under the Tuscan Sun girl, because Malcolm Marie is drama, it's not a rom-com. So I was like, okay, let's get into it. Let's actually really go into the plot. Because a lot of these movies I've watched, to be fair, Queen and Slim, I can't watch things like that, the violence, the drama. But I did read the plot just so that I can include it in here, because I kept seeing it coming up. And I'm like, I think people are kind of desensitized to black people suffering, because there's no way you lot think this is romantic. So let's start with Poetic Justice. So we all love Janet Jackson, she's beautiful. We all love Tupac, I mean, he was a handsome man. So you've got them together in the film, they've got really good chemistry. But when you actually look at the film in totality, we start off with her boyfriend getting shot due to gang violence. What? How is this lighthearted? And then she's grieving and she's writing poetry to deal with the grief. Fair enough. She goes on a road trip with Tupac's character, I can't remember his name, and she invites her best friend, Regina King, and her boyfriend. Tell me why we've got a full-on like domestic violence scene when they're out and about. And I was like, there's no way anyone thinks this is romantic, and no one thinks that this is something that people can watch lightheartedly. It's very heavy. So I'm like, what's going on? Are they trying to, like, what's the message here? Because if you guys, well, not you guys, but people who are ranking this, people like Essence, I think I went on Oprah's website, they're ranking this as like a top romantic story. It's full of drama, full of gun violence, people suffering domestic violence. Why would anyone want to put this on? I would rather watch 13 going on 30. Okay, so we're thinking, well, maybe that was in the 90s, maybe things have progressed, maybe things have gotten better. No. We move on to You People. So this movie came out last year. It's featuring Lauren London. It's got Eddie Murphy. It's got Nia Long. So you think, okay, I'm down to watch something good. I'm down to watch something comedic and light. No, it's a political. It's a political drama where like there's a Jewish family and there's a black family and they're just going back and forth. very kind of unrealistic stereotypes on both sides. I did not watch that film and feel good. I did not watch the film and think that the two romantic interests had any chemistry at all. How does this qualify? Please, how does this qualify? So then we find out that the one like kiss that they shared was actually like AI. That just proves the point that there's absolutely no chemistry, there's absolutely no love. It felt like they wanted to make a movie about the differences and the similarities between Black people and Jewish people. So if you want to do that, then do that. But don't call it a rom-com because it's disrespecting the genre. And then we move on to Queen and Slim. Like I said, I've never watched it. I'm never going to watch it. I don't watch stuff like that. But because I know a little bit about it, because when it came out, it was really popular. Obviously, we've got Daniel Kaluuya, who's an amazing actor. I liked him in Get Out. And then we've got Jodie Smith, who she's really beautiful. I haven't really watched much else she's in. So we've got these two people, and it's about police brutality. So they end up going on the run. And I actually think they end up having a standoff with the police. Again, maybe it's a good action thriller, but definitely not a rom-com. So I think in the end she dies. Like, this is what they're calling a romantic film. Like, you have to think there's a reason why they're selling people this, because there's absolutely no way anyone in their right mind thinks this is romantic in any shape or form. So it really leads me to think that there's, you know, a wider conspiracy going on. And I don't want to be that person, but you have to assume that they want to sell people that this is what love is. Love has to be hard. Love has to be a struggle. Love has to be, you know, difficult. You have to go through trials and tribulations before you can be loved or receive love, or give love. And I think that's really toxic. And some people don't want to admit that media has an impact on us in day-to-day life, but it 100% does. This is facts. And I think if they keep releasing movies where it's struggle love for most of the part, what does that teach young people, even old people, to be honest? What does that teach people about what they can expect in their day-to-day life? You really have to be kind of conscious about what you consume and what you allow them, the people, the media, to feed you, because this is really, really worrying that this is the movies that they're considering romantic. Now we move on to Malcolm and Marie. So, okay, we're thinking maybe, okay, so we're no longer kind of like facing police brutality. No one's getting shot. Hopefully it's getting better. But no, the whole movie is them fighting. They're in a really toxic relationship. It sounds like they should have broken up a really long time ago. I did watch it when it first came out in 2021. But again, I literally have no reason to want to go back and watch that film. It does not make me feel good. It was entertaining. There were good actors. But in terms of actually saying rom-com, try again. Go back and try again. And then the one movie I kept seeing come up again and again and again is If Beale Street Could Talk, and I've never watched it. So I was like, okay, let me watch it, because it must be very romantic for it to keep coming up, right? Wrong. If Beale Street Could Talk, oh my god. So basically, we've got a couple, like high school sweethearts, they're kind of falling in love. At the beginning, it's good. He then gets accused of, and like wrongfully accused, ends up going to prison. She's pregnant, trying to prove that he's innocent. And this is the love story? This is love? This is romantic? Like, please tell me in what world anyone would watch this and be like, yeah. Like, I don't know. I just think it's really crazy. And I do want to acknowledge that there are some other films. Obviously, I'm talking about the worst ones. You know, we have had like Rye Lane that came out last year, which was good. But I do find it that it's almost impossible for people to make movies about Black love without adding an element of struggle, without adding an element of prison, gang violence, drugs, without adding an element of domestic violence, without adding an element of like multiple children, it's never just, let's watch these two people fall in love and that's the movie. Like, we don't need anything else, because if they can make those type of movies for non-Black people, I don't understand why we can't do the same. And there's an audience for it, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who wants to just see like nice stories. Like, I want to turn on my TV for 90 minutes and watch people fall in love and have fun. Like, yeah, that's what I want. I do not need to see any more like brutality and toxic relationships. I really do think like people needs to start taking action with their dollars. Like, if you don't support something, or if you don't support the message behind something, don't watch it, because if you watch it, then they're gonna keep regurgitating this really negative, stereotypical, bottom of the barrel behavior type movies. And I really think we're really sick of it. Well, I'm sick of it. That's why I'm making a video. In these movies, why does love have to be so difficult? Why does it have to come at a cost to the people and the individuals involved? And when I say like real love stories, I mean movies like Sleepless in Seattle, Serendipity, Under the Tuscan Sun, 13 Going on 30. Like, I can name so many non-Black romantic films that don't feature any of these really problematic things. Like, normal stories, no politics, no prison, no one getting arrested, no drugs, no domestic violence, no grieving. Is that like too much to ask for? Before I finish the film, I do want to acknowledge that people are starting to kind of realize that there's a bit of an agenda in terms of the kind of TV shows that are produced, and people are speaking up about it. I've seen a lot of people on YouTube speak out against the latest Good Times like animated series that's coming out on Netflix, because the trailer was crazy. They literally had a drug dealing baby and they're telling you this is something you should watch. Like, you have to clock it. They're like, it's so people are actually trying to boycott this animated series. People are demanding better. So the movement is happening, but I do think more people need to be aware about the kind of messaging that's being put in a lot of this media that we consume. As usual, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.